What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Tangent Podcast. This is Austin.
And I'm Dan. What's
How you
going
doing,
on,
Dan?
man?
Oh, I'm good. I'm real good. How are you?
Unfortunately, I'm sick. I hate it.
I'm
So if I
sorry.
sound extra nasally this week, this is not my normal voice, just saying.
You don't get like the deeper, sexy voice when you get sick.
I'm
Oh,
so glad that you mentioned
smooth.
that. Because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, the Friends episode, right? Is that where you're getting that from?
Yeah, that and
With
Family Guy. Yeah,
Phoebe? Oh, it's from Family Guy too?
there's one on Family Guy where Peter gets sick and his voice box is deep for like a week, and Lois is just like going crazy for him.
Oh, that's awesome. Maybe I should try singing Smelly Cat or something.
Do it right now.
Smelly cat, what are they feeding you? Smelly cat, it's not your fault. How's that?
That was wonderful. Is Phoebe in the Discord with us right now? Wow.
Okay, that was not on the agenda. Everyone, just want to let you know.
It's staying
It
in the
wasn't
episode.
like
I'm telling you that right now.
it wasn't like, okay, let's do the intro and then I'm gonna sing Smelly Cat.
I had no idea that was coming, and I'm pleased that I didn't because it was great. That's gonna be the like the preview for this episode. The little thumbnail
Yes.
teaser clip.
Yeah, we gotta do that. I'll be like, who's this nasally guy trying to sing Smelly Cat? I don't even know if I got the lyrics right.
I think you did.
Sounded convincing, right?
I think you're good.
How was my pitch?
Perfect. Intonation was a little bit off. The pitch was good.
Oh,
I think you were in a slightly different key, but I'll forgive you for that because the quality was overall pretty good.
I don't even know any of the words you just said. I know nothing about music, so.
I don't either. I hope that those were all right because
Oh,
I have
yes,
this
the
problem of
intonation.
like wanting to sound smarter than I actually am when I know absolutely nothing about the subject I'm talking about. So
Woof.
that's why I started a podcast.
Wait, what?
I said that's why I
That's
started
funny.
this podcast.
No, I heard you. That's just funny.
Well, should we dive into the drink for the night? 'Cause
Oh,
I'm
yes, please.
stoked about this one.
I haven't had any caffeine today, so I'm kind of like,
Ooh.
let's get this on.
Um, I'm I'm actually surprised you picked this one because it is tropical orange.
What's surprising about that?
You said last week that you hate orange when we tried the other one.
Okay, orange tree. Sorry, orange dreamsicle is very different than tropical orange. Just
Okay,
saying.
that's true.
Let me crack this bad boy open. Give it a little whiff here.
Oh, it smells really good.
Oh, it does. Please don't disappoint me. Here we go. Down the hatch.
Tastes like tropical Skittles, and I love it.
That's pretty good. Dang, that's a good one. I like how like the orange isn't like punching you in the face, but it's like definitely there.
It's also very tropical, but again, not punching you in the face. I get the tropical, I get the orange. It's subtle, it's sweet, it's smooth, it's
Yeah, it's
delicious.
nice. Yeah, check it
That's
out.
an 8 for me. I really like that.
Yeah, Monster Energy Juice, Chaotic, Tropical Orange. Are you gonna read the side?
Oh yeah, let me read the side.
Good.
Back in '05, the original Juice Monster shook up the game by combining great tasting real juice with energy drink functionality and attitude. Now, over a decade later, we decided it was time for a little makeover of the classic. We lightened up the flavor and adjusted the juice blend to create a taste that is better experienced than described. Of course, our Monster Energy DNA remains unchanged. For our new paint job, we called on longtime friend and legendary street artist Risk. His iconic West Coast style and vibrant presentation perfectly captures the spirit of our original Chaos reborn as Chaotic. Unleash the Beast.
Love it. That's great.
The one thing I feel like Monster does better than anybody else is their cans. They have the coolest can designs of anyone in the business.
They do have some good cans. Sounds like a
All
euphemism. Nice cans.
That's funny.
What are those 24-ounce cans?
I'm trying to think of something and I'm coming up with
Sorry, you're
nothing.
right.
So,
This is a family show.
yep. We need to keep it PG rated.
All right, I'm sorry. That's a
That's
good
good.
one though.
I give it an 8. I really like it. What do you give it?
Um, okay, what did I rate Pat Apple? Like a 9? I'd probably
I
say
think
this is like an 8.5.
it's pretty good.
I don't know. I'm hard to please though. As far as like getting a 10, like what would even be a
There's
10 on my list? I
there's
don't
never
even
been a
know.
10 on the show. The bad apple, I think, and the spilt chocolate milk have been the highest ones.
Chocolate milk.
Dude,
Okay.
have you had spilt milk before?
No, it sounds
It's
funny.
caffeinated milk.
Caffeinated milk?
It's a Utah-based company, believe it or not.
Oh, that makes
They
sense.
decided to caffeinate milk, and it is incredible. They
Huh.
have like chocolate, cookies and cream, peanut butter, vanilla, double chocolate, and strawberry.
Are you just ripping this off the top of your head?
Yeah, we
How
tried
do
the
you
flavors on the
Oh,
podcast.
oh, I was like, "Dang." I'm like, "Are we sponsored by them?" And I didn't know, or
If you're listening, we are accepting sponsorships. We
let's
can
go.
make some room for you.
Yeah, I don't know about is it carbonated or is it just
No,
caffeinated?
just caffeinated. We toyed with the idea of putting one of them through a soda stream and carbonating it, but
Mm.
then I looked it up and apparently it like sours the milk, so I don't really want to try
Oh,
that. But spilt
sour
milk,
milk.
delicious. That was like a 9 for me. I think was the chocolate milk, and then the bad apple was the other highest rated one on the show.
I I do wanna try some other things that aren't energy drinks as well too. Like you guys did the milk. I don't know, I sent you that one, what was it?
Oh, the
Strawberry
Chucky
orange.
Fanta.
Oh, that too. The Chucky Fanta, but the strawberry orange, Sunkiss kinda sounded good
Oh
too.
yeah, that does, dude. I don't remember the last time I drank a Sunkist.
I
I don't
used to
even think
love Sunkiss as a kid. I thought it
I
was the
don't
best.
I don't think I realized that it was still a thing.
Yeah, I think is there might even be caffeine in Sunkist.
Really?
I might be crazy, but I do think we should try and do some root beers though, because I love Henry
Mm.
Weinhardt's, and maybe there's some better ones out there, but oh man, have you ever been to Via 313, the pizza
Hmm.
place?
Yeah.
Is there one kind of near you, or you
No,
just
there's
no?
not one in Logan or anywhere. The closest one I think is in Salt Lake.
They have a root beer like a it's like a Moab brewery. Gosh, it's a rough word. A Moab brewery root beer that's really good.
I've had the Moab one before. It's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah. There's a place in Logan called Beehive Grill. It's like my favorite restaurant in Logan. Like a sit down dinner, really good burgers, and they make homemade root beer there, and they make fry sauce with root beer in it. And it sounds,
Whoa.
don't knock it. It's really good. It is so
Ooh.
good.
Have you ever had you know what? I think maybe Kylie and I need to come up there sometime. I would travel for something like that. Plus, friendship, etc. But have you ever
Friendship.
had yeah, have you ever had peanut butter on a burger before?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We've been to Lucky 13 together, right?
No.
No? I swear we went once.
Did we? Maybe.
I know we went with Curtis one time
Maybe
because
we
it's a
did.
bar and he had to be 21 to go
Oh,
there.
yeah, I think we did. Cause yes. Is it like in Salt Lake?
Yeah, it's like on 13 South.
Yep, yeah, we did go there. That place was good from what I remember.
Oh, those burgers are amazing, but they will just like destroy you the next day though. They have a really good bacon there.
It's a sign of a good burger, man.
Oh, that reminds me. The last time I was there, oh my gosh, this is funny. So I when Kylie and I were dating, we went there one time. I think it was like before a Jazz game. And so we were there eating and like I was like we're like sitting down and I was like kind of looking at the door and like lo and behold, my ex-girlfriend walks through the door and and it was like a movie scene. Like like the seas parted, like the people parted, and she like looked over towards me, and I looked at her, and we locked eyes, and I was like, "Oh, fuh." It was so weird. And she was not a good girlfriend. Like that ended very badly. It was a bad situation. Ooh, yeah, that sucked. But that was the last time I was there. I'm
That's
like, what are
funny.
the odds I run into this witch of a woman there?
That's really funny. No, we should do some more food stuff because it sucks being an hour and a half and away. Because an hour and a half away, because that's like one of the best parts of having friends as a grown up is now you can go wherever you want to get food, and I have grown up money to go get food now. Like, um, but you should come up to Logan if not for the root beer fry sauce, but for the Indian food in Logan.
That's such a it's such a weird thing to hear.
Dude,
The Indian food in Logan is
it's
so
so
good.
it's an Indian family that moved from India, and their restaurant was on Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives a few years ago.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
okay then. If you
there's
say
like
that.
there's three places in Logan at least that have been on Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives.
Really?
They have a brunch place called Herms, and it's only open till like 2 every day, and they have the best like pancakes, the best skillets I've ever had, like massive cinnamon rolls. But
Oh,
they're only open I think like 4 days a week too, like Thursday through Sunday or Friday through Sunday maybe, and then they're only open till like 2 o'clock.
dang.
But it's yeah, it's amazing though, and you have to go like whenever we go there, you have to send somebody like an hour before you want to eat to get a table. It's always packed.
Wow. There's a decent brunch place in like Draper. Is it called like Hash Kitchen? Is it
Oh, I've
brunch?
seen it.
It's
Um,
pretty good. Yeah.
there's another one down there that we went to for my cousin's wedding. It's called Sunday's Best. Have you been to that one?
Oh, I feel like I've heard of it, but I
That
don't
one
think
was
I've been
good too.
there.
Brunch is fun.
All right. Should we jump into the topic for the day?
I feel like we got a lot of topics for the day.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell them about
Should
it?
should we just like yeah, so today we've done a few episodes with Kippy and myself now, and I feel like sometimes I just get so like sad because we talk about some sad things like people disappearing and not being found, or we talk about conspiracy theories and how some people believe so wholeheartedly in them that they kill their children or kill their brother because they think they're a lizard. So to lighten it up, we thought we would do an episode that's more kind of like a get to know you type of thing. So we've got like a couple, we've got like, we're going to play two truths and a lie. We've got some stories we want to share from like our missions where we were in Panama and Brazil. And we've also got some rants and pet peeves that we want to go over too and things that like bother us. So that's kind of what we're going to do for this episode today. There will be some topic related stuff about, cryptids, paranormal, and conspiracy, but we're going to do a lot of like get to know you kind of stuff here. So I'm going to kick it off and we're going to do two truths and a lie. I was thinking really hard about this because I want to like trip you up, and I think, yeah, I don't want to give it away. I'm also like a terrible liar, so you might be able to just see right through me. But okay, so let's start it off. So my first statement, uh, I once had to wipe my butt with my hand.
Okay, you served your mission in Brazil, so that's believable.
um, second statement, I once made out with a girl after throwing up. That's my second one. And then my third one is I don't believe we went to the moon. I'm a wholehearted believer
Oh,
in the the moon landing conspiracy.
Okay, okay. Well, so I do know that you made out with a girl after you threw up because I was your friend at that time, and I remember making fun of you for it and thinking it was disgusting and how
You
you
know
could
that
even do
story?
that.
Dang it. I
Yep.
thought that
Wasn't that
maybe
like a football game or something right after you had Taco
yes.
Bell? Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was after Taco Bell too. You do remember.
I do remember that story. I'm gonna say that that's a truth, and that you've also wiped your butt with your hand, and that the lie is that you don't believe that we went to the moon.
Yeah, that was too easy. I thought that maybe like because we haven't talked about the moon conspiracy thing that maybe you'd be like, "Oh, I don't know." But since you already knew one and yeah, it's dang it. It's all
So I
good.
was I was actually gonna ask you that question in this podcast.
The
So
moon one?
I was gonna ask if you believe that we went to the moon, or if like,
I
because
do.
here's the thing, we we did do an episode on it. Um, I'm like slightly skeptical now, but I more so believe that we did. I'm like 90-10.
Oh, okay. Is that like the
So
Hitch
yes.
rule? Is it 90-10? Or is
Is
that
it what?
80-20? You know the movie Hitch?
Oh, I think that's 80-20. Yeah.
Is it 80-20?
I haven't seen that in so long. This is a great movie though. Oh no, it is 90-10. Yeah. Go 90% of the way and then stop and wait for the other person to complete the kiss.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, here's another episode, or here's another question for you. When you go into kiss, do you lean left or right?
Always right.
Yep, you got to go right. There's
Always
just no other
right.
way. Yep.
Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about the whole wipe my butt with my hand. Do you know the story?
No, no, but I
No?
believe
Okay.
it.
Okay. So the story goes, I'm on my mission. I'm in Brazil. This is like I'm how many months out on my mission? Not that much. Probably like 3 or 4. So at that point, I'm not speaking too much Portuguese. Like I'm trying like real hard, but it's fumbling out of my mouth. People don't understand me. Anyway, we're there like on a P day. For those of you who don't know what a P day is, it's like the missionaries they work all day every day for the most part on like sharing the gospel, teaching them about like what we believe in the church and everything. And the P day is kind of like one day a week. Normally it's Mondays, right? Yeah, Mondays that you normally get as like a rest day, at least for like half the day. It's the day for you to like clean the house, go grocery shopping, get your hair cut, do that sort of thing. Maybe go play some sports or hang out with the other missionaries. So I'm on one of these P days, preparation days, and we go to this member's house, and he's like this taekwondo instructor. He's I think he's like a black belt or something. And I'm there with my companion. It's like my first area, and I'm there with my companion, my companion who's Brazilian, and then two other missionaries that one's from Uruguay, one's from Brazil. So I'm like the only English speaker there. We're doing taekwondo or whatever. I'm getting the kicked out of me, and then like, oh man, like I have some feel like I have some diarrhea coming on. And at this point, I'm an undiagnosed lactose intolerant. So I'm kind of just like eating whatever when really I should be more careful about what I'm eating. So I go to the bathroom. Everyone's like out in like kind of like this field ish area that's kind of by the guy's house. And like I go back into the house and it's just like this dinky bathroom. And I go in there and I'm got some bad diarrhea and I'm looking over and I don't see any toilet paper. And I'm just like, this is not good. Like this is gonna end poorly. So I'm like, there's gotta be something. I'm just like looking around and there's just nothing. And so just like this despair starts to hit in and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like what am I going to do? I don't have anything with me." And so I go to the freaking bathroom, the sink, and I just wet my hands really good, or my hand, my right hand, and then I just lathered up with as much soap as I could, and I just say goodbye to that hand and I just plunge down there and try and clean stuff up. So, yeah. Yeah, so I do that, and then I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like, now, like, I got, like, this really wet butt, like, what do I do about that?" Like, I can't just, like, go out there and just have this super wet butt, and so there's, like I feel so bad that this family had, like, a bathrobe and hanging on the door, and I'm just like, "Oh, well." So I just, like I'm, like, drying off myself on this guy's bathrobe. Ugh. Yeah, so yeah, that's the story there.
Did the guy ever confront you after and was like, "Dude, what did you do to my bathrobe?"
No, no. Not that I know of.
That's really funny.
Yeah, it was a terrible experience. I was like, "This is just awful." I'm just, like, in a third world country in this nasty A bathroom with freaking diarrhea and have no choice but to use my hand. So
Classic.
gross.
Those are the experiences that turn you into a man, you know?
Yeah,
Really weed out the boys from the men.
yeah,
Those are like the most fun mission stories to look back on too. Like those just crazy weird experiences that you have.
yeah, it was yeah, it was rough. And then the the other story is about me making out with this girl after throwing up. So that I was in high school and I was like quote unquote dating this girl. I was a sophomore and she was a junior, so I was like feeling like hot shiz, you know. She like played tennis. So I was like, heck yeah, like I've got this hot tennis girlfriend. Anyway, she was a real B word.
I can
Yeah.
attest.
Yeah, she was not she was that was bad. That was a bad thing. There's a theme that you hear here. I picked some bad girls before I met my wife. So anyway, we were like an on again, off again relationship thing where she would like break up with me for like no reason every other month it felt like. And we're at like this football game and we're kind of like in the she's kind of broken up with me, but not really. Anyways, I have Taco Bell and they had like these new like I want to say like jalapeno ranch tacos that were so good. I even remember those. I was like, "Oh," but I started feeling sick and so I'm like burping and it's like those burps you get that like you can taste it and it's like so like hearty. You know what I mean? Like the hearty burp.
Hardy?
Yeah, the hearty one. The ones that feel like it's coming straight from like your intestine. You're like, that is just so pungent and you know what I mean? Have you had that?
Yeah, but I wouldn't use the word hardy to describe it, I don't think.
I don't know. It's like coming from the deepest, darkest corners of your body. It's just so like potent. Anyways, and I was like tasting it, and it's not like the good taste. You're like, oh yeah, like second meal, like that tastes so good. No, it was more like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up. And so I go to the bathroom at this football game, and I'm
Wait,
hurt.
quick question.
Yeah.
Have you had burps that were like second meal goodness?
Yes. You
Okay.
haven't? Okay,
I
dude,
don't think so.
Chungas, dude, Chungas burps. This is
Hmm.
okay. This is really sad. So there's this Mexican place that's so good named Chungas. One of my favorites. I think there's some better ones, but this one's
It's
really good.
it's nostalgic and it's good.
Yeah, they've got this al pastor and the al pastor anything, al pastor burrito, al pastor tacos, al pastor nachos. So good. After you eat that, you get the hearty burps, but they're not the throw up kind. They're the kind that you're just like, that tastes so good. And I kid you not, I am ashamed, but I will say this. One time I was in the car with my friend and we were driving back from Chunga's and he burped and I smelt it and I was like, "Did you just burp?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "That smells so good." Have you ever had that?
No, no, not at all. Can't
Okay.
say that I have.
It's the only time that's ever happened, and
That's
I feel
disgusting.
I know, but it smelled like it smelled like someone had leftover chungas in the back seat, and I was like, "Oh, that smells so good. What was that?" He was like, "I burped," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's
Wait, do I
disgusting."
do I know this friend?
Yeah, it's Jeff.
Oh, that makes it even funnier.
Dude, it was anyway. Oh yeah, okay, so I'm burping these Taco Bell ranch, jalapeno ranch burps. I throw up in the bathroom, and I have like no way of like washing out my mouth. Like I wash out my mouth a little bit, but I didn't have any gum or anything, and I didn't want people to know I threw up because I'm there with like friends and stuff. So I didn't want to like dip out, and so I didn't even like go there with my girlfriend at the time, but she was there, and then like she was like being nice to me and was like, "Oh, I love you," all this stuff, and I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." And she's like, "You should take me home," and I was like, "All right, cool." Like maybe she likes me again. That's awesome. But I still hadn't told her at this point that I had thrown up. So I take her home and she like gives me a goodbye kiss, but she like goes in and like she's like Frenching me, just tongue in there, and I'm just like, oh gosh, she has no idea what what she's getting into. And then she left, and then that was that, and she never mentioned it later. So maybe maybe it got away scotch free, not scotch free, but
Uh, I hope she's
uh,
listening. I I hope I'm gonna go add her to our Facebook account.
dude, that would be so freaking fun. I would feel so bad. I wonder if it, like, if she ever, like, caught wind of it and was like, "Yeah, I knew, you idiot."
Oh man,
So, yeah, there's the, there are my stories.
it's fun. Thanks for sharing.
All my stories are gross. Now that I look at it, I'm, like, reading my notes and I see wiped my butt and made out after throwing up. I guess I'm just disgusting.
Are those like the mild ones, or do you have more coming?
Oh, no, that's what do you mean mild? No, those are my 2 truths. That's all I got.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead. I bet you I won't be able to guess yours because 'cause
I
I'm
don't think you
terrible.
will, legitimately. I really
Suck.
don't think you will. Okay.
Alright,
So, first
hit me.
one. I played a sport semi-professionally. Second one, I co-wrote and recorded a song that was on the radio. Third one, I was actually originally named Benjamin after a close relative, but my parents changed my name to Austin when I was 3 because that relative went to prison for bad stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you've got semi-pro sport, right?
I'll go over them again. I played a sport semi-professionally.
Mhm.
I co-wrote and recorded a song that was on the radio, meaning I wrote the music and then I played an instrument for that song in the recording that was played on the radio. And then I was originally named Benjamin after a close relative, but my parents changed my name to Austin when I was 3 because that uncle went to prison.
Oh, man. If you did something semi-pro, it would've been baseball because baseball was your thing. I'm gonna s God, but I don't remember you doing that. I'm gonna say it was the semi-pro thing is the lie. I didn't if the true one. Yeah, I'll say that's the lie, but yeah, you tell me what it is.
Okay, so I did play a sport semi-professionally. It was not
Suck.
baseball.
Oh, that's what I was gonna
Um,
be like, okay, what was it then?
so I played on a semi-professional paintball team for in two professional tournaments.
Oh, you
Um,
did?
so I started a paintball club my senior year of high school, and like we had a faculty member that was the leader, and then we would go to Utah Extreme Paintball, that indoor place that was like right off of the freeway down in like Midvale. We'd go there like once a month and play paintball. And it was all indoor, they call it speedball. So that's like the competition paintball where you have teams of 4 or 5, sometimes 6, and then you have all the inflatable stuff on either side, and the fields are like kind of small.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so I don't know if you ever played like at an indoor place like that, but so we went there, and like one of the first or second times that we went, they had 2 pro teams out of Utah Extreme Paintball. So they had like their like legit pro team, and their team was called Team Tombstone. And then they had like their kind of like B team that was like a semi-pro that still played in professional tournaments, and they would kind of like once you got good enough on the B team, then you would go up to like the pro team, the real pro team. But they did play semi-professionally, and so they would train together. And so we went one time, and I was with a bunch of kids who had never played paintball from Riverton before, and we all just like rent. I had my own stuff. Everyone else just like rented, and so we played. And we played their B team. They were like practicing that day, so they're like, "You guys want to play us?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure." Like we're gonna get destroyed. We beat them in a match,
No
and
way.
so we beat them in one match. And then after that match, like after that day, I think we might have beat them one more time, but then we got smoked the rest of the times. And so then after that, they like got my number, and then they called me like a couple months later, and were like, "Do you want to play in some tournaments with us? We need a guy." I was like, "Yeah, I'll come play." So I played in
How did
two
I not
tournaments.
know this?
I think you were graduated already because it would have been my senior year, so you were probably off at school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played in two semi-professional paintball tournaments, and we got wasted, like
Oh.
smoked. Mostly because I had like zero speedball experience, so and I didn't have like a speedball gun. I was all like woods ball, so I sucked too. But then like the team wasn't that great either. But I played
Okay.
semi-professional paintball.
All right. So I don't know the I don't even freaking know. You just got to tell me, I guess. Well, what's the lie then?
All right, the lie was that I was originally named Benjamin. I just thought that
Dude,
was a
that's
funny story.
did you just come up with that like out of
Yeah.
nowhere?
I was texting my wife today, like, what's a lie that I could come up with? And I was like, I could say that, like, I have 11 toes, or I could say, like, this and this and this. And then I was like, this one sounds crazy. And it's just, like, believable enough to be convincing.
Do you
Um,
do you have any relatives that went to jail for bad things? Like I'm just
um,
or did you
I
just come up with that like out of nowhere?
I have some relatives that have been to jail before, but this story I just kind of came up with. It wasn't, like, based off of any one family member or anything.
See, that's
Um,
next level. My
so that
my
was a lot.
lies would my lies would be like if I would just tell a story that was true, it just didn't happen to me. I couldn't just come up with
Like,
that's what I
I,
was thinking of. I was like,
I,
okay, what's something crazy that happened to someone else, but I just said it happened to me.
You're like, I hit the shot in the '97 NBA semifinals to go up against Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Like,
Yeah, totally. Totally believable. Oh.
on a side note, I saw this thing and it was like the most unrealistic thing about the Harry Potter series is that it took place in like the mid to late '90s, and not once in the whole series does anyone mention the hell of a run that the Chicago Bulls are on that whole decade.
I think I saw something like that recently on the interwebs. That's freaking
So
funny.
funny.
I love
All right.
that. That's awesome.
So my next truth is that I co-wrote and recorded a song that was on the radio. So
Yeah, what's
I
that about?
I did a study abroad in Spain back in 2019. So I lived there for like almost a month and a half, and I lived with this young couple. And he was like a legit DJ, and he was pretty well known in Spain as like a recording artist and DJ. And so he had a guitar in his apartment and he didn't really play it. And so he's like, I told him I played. He's like, oh, let's like make some music. So one day I was just like sitting there playing, and he's like, that's a sick riff. Like we should write a song around that. And then he's like, I have this song that I've written lyrics for, but like I've never found the music for it. And he was kind of like a rap hip hop type guy. And then this song was more kind of like acoustic, but we kind of meshed the two, and so he took his
Oh,
lyrics and wrote it
nice.
around like my the music that I wrote, and so we recorded a song. And when I was there, we like recorded it, and then he would like touch it up on the computer and auto tune it and everything. And then after I left, he messaged me and he's like, "Hey, I got it on the radio. Like I did like a 2 week run of this song on the radio, so we got it on the radio."
Dude,
And
that's
I
cool.
don't know, like he never sent me the full official recording, but I have a recording of it that's kind of like a just like a preliminary one that we did, so it's not like super well edited and it doesn't sound like super great, but it's kind of fun.
Dang, that is cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that was fun. I wish I could have like been there and heard it on the radio, and I've still haven't heard the official like final version of it.
Mhm.
Um, But yeah, I'm a song that was played on the radio in Spain.
That's pretty dope. That's cool. That's really cool.
Kind of fun. I actually don't know what the song is called, honestly. I don't know what the title is, so I don't think it's on any, like, streaming platforms. I don't think you can find it anywhere, so, unfortunately,
Ooh.
I have no I'll try to find the little recording that I have. It's like I have it in my, like, Facebook messages, so I'll find that, and maybe I'll post it, like, at the end of the episode or something so that you guys can hear it.
Oh, yeah, I like that. That's awesome. Oh,
But
we didn't go ahead.
we recorded this, like, music video for it.
What?
It's the stupidest music video in the whole it's, like, one of the most embarrassing things I ever did because he had me wear these, like, purple Elton John glasses, and
Oh.
I look, like, so weird and out of place because
Uh-huh.
I didn't have any, like, legit nice clothing to wear in the music. I was wearing, like, a grubby t-shirt and gym shorts, and then he's in, like, his outfit, and we're, like, by this lake recording this music video. It just looks so stupid, and I'm wearing these dumb glasses. It was bad.
That's pretty funny. Oh, I
What
was
were you
gonna
gonna say?
yeah, I was gonna say, we didn't announce the drink for next week. The drink for
Oh,
next week, yeah, we're gonna try to do it today, but I couldn't find it. We wanna do the Monster Aussie. It's like Aussie, like lemonade or something. It's
mhm.
another Monster Juice one. So next week, get your cans ready.
It's like a blue can, it looks like it's under the ocean, and then it's got a yellow logo on it. Aussie lemonade. It looks delicious. Sounds delicious.
Yeah, this chaotic one is pretty good though. I kind
It
of like
is.
how it's. I've been sipping this whole time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. This probably like hurts you to your core, but I took literally one sip of that orange dreamsicle, and I was like, I'm done. I gave Kylie
Really?
a sip,
Oh,
and
it was
then the
so
rest
good.
of it went down the drain.
Did she like it at all or no?
Yeah, she did.
It was so tasty.
She likes the creamsicles though.
Hmm.
Not me. All right, that was
Well,
good.
I liked the two truths and a lie. That was fun to think through. And now you guys know us just a little bit better.
Yeah, I feel like my lie was so lame. Just the just that we didn't go to the moon.
We'll give you another whack at it on the next episode if you want to come up with a better lie.
Oh, I'm so bad. Oh, that's right. I wanted to tell the best lie I ever told, though.
What's that?
Yeah, I feel so bad about this. You probably even know it too. Once I start talking about it. Okay, this also had to do with the same girlfriend. So the girlfriend that I had when I threw up and made out with her. So my parents didn't like her because she's kind of a B, and she she thought that like my parents hated her, but my parents never hated her. But this is like one of those girls that was turning me against my parents. So
Mm,
that's kind of why they didn't like her. I was getting into trouble and stuff. So they were like pretty closely like watching me and making sure I wasn't like spending like too much time with her. And so I would lie like constantly to try and like go over there to like be with her and make out and stuff. Anyway, so we one time I don't remember what it was. I think I said I was going to like this lacrosse game for my other friend who also had the same name as this girlfriend of mine,
mm,
which that part was true, but then I ended up going to my girlfriend's house cuz she was there at the game or whatever, and we went to her house after. And then like I came home and my parents were like, "Well, where were you?" And I was like, "Oh, I was, at the lacrosse game, whatever." And then like ugh, man, this was a rough time now that I'm remembering this. My parents had like limited my cell phone access. They had these parental controls somehow. This is back in I don't know, 2010. So it wasn't the same like we have today. It wasn't a smartphone,
mm-hmm,
but they like shut off like my cell phone access or something like at a certain time so I couldn't talk to her. And at that point, I'm like talking to her like every 2 seconds, as like teenagers with a girlfriend.
mm-hmm.
So they turn off my cell phone access, and so I was messaging her on the computer via like Yahoo Messages or something. This this makes me sound old. So on Messenger, that about like on that, and I was like talking to her about like, oh yeah, we snuck out, oh ha ha ha, and we were talking about whatever else. And then my dad, like it was really dark in the house, and like the computer is like in a spot where like anyone can see, which is kind of a good thing. Um, so like it was really dark, it was late, and I think I heard my dad coming, and like I was messaging her, and like I knew I shouldn't have been messaging her. And so like I hid behind like this pillar like that we have in my parents' house. I hid behind the pillar, and my dad saw that the computer was open, and he was like going through my messages, and he was like reading, and somehow he didn't see me. I think he didn't see me because it was so dark, and like his eyes hadn't adjusted yet, and he was staring at like a bright screen. And so
Mhm.
like he didn't see me, and so he sees that I had like snuck out or whatever, and he just goes back into his room. And so the next day, I'm at school, and I feel like I was probably talking to you or someone else, and I was like, "Oh man, I think I'm gonna get busted. I told my dad that I was, somewhere else yesterday, but I was actually with my girlfriend, and oh, like, oh man, this is gonna be so bad." And so I was like, this is my plan. My plan was to like to confess, quote unquote, confess to me lying to him about where I was, because I knew that if I confessed to him, that he would most likely the punishment would be not as bad. Does any of this ring a bell, or you just
Vaguely, yeah, actually
yeah.
vaguely, yes.
So I tell him that I'm like dying because I'm at school the next day, and I'm just thinking about it all day because like I know my butt is about to be chewed out. So I
Mhm.
get home, and I'm like, okay, like it's time to go. And I go home, I tell him, I confess to it, and he's like, yeah, I already knew, and I had to fake like I didn't know that he knew. And I was like, "You did? But how?" And he's like, "I have my ways." And I was like, "Okay, whatever, dad." Cuz like in my mind, I'm like, "I saw you. You have your ways, like whatever." Cuz he wanted to make it seem like he was like all powerful. Anyways, so I was right. He said that my punishment was lessened because I confessed to him. But that lie, like, ate through me. So I'm on my mission, and I'm, like, thinking about every bad thing that I've ever done in my life. And
Mhm.
my dad doesn't know didn't know the truth about this, so I think I wrote him a letter just telling him about this whole situation and how I lied to him, and he just thought it was so funny because it was, like, 4 or 5 years after it had happened that I ended up, like, confessing up to it, but it was so funny. Like, that it was the best lie that I told because I thought I was so smart, but, like, even talking about it now, I feel so dirty that I even lied about that. Oh, so yeah, that was the best lie that I ever told. And I even hate
That's
saying
funny.
best lie because I feel like I'm proud of myself because 'cause I'm not, because it's so terrible.
Best in terms of, like, how you pull it off, but not best in
Yeah,
terms of ranking it
yeah.
amongst other lies.
Oh, it was yeah, dishonesty is just so I hate it so much. I feel like I'm pretty like I'm a terrible liar, but I like that about myself because then I don't have to worry about lying to people
Yeah,
because then I can't do it.
because you can't pull it off. I
Seriously
used
though,
to
I play those games, the freaking like party games where you have to lie
Mhm.
like I'm not the killer or whatever. Yeah, I they catch me like they just look at me and I start giggling and I'm just like, "Suck."
That's
Sorry, you were saying.
that's funny. See, I was like, well, I don't know if it's that I was a good liar when I was a teen or that my parents were just, like, gullible, but, like, I did a lot of that kinda like, sneaking out all the time because I feel like some of the rules in my house I love my parents, but they were, like, so strict with my curfew in the summertime, so I snuck out every night, like, all the time, and then I had the opposite
Nice.
thing where one time on my mission, I, like, wrote home and it was when I was in the MTC, I wrote home and confessed something to my parents, and,
You did?
yeah,
I
and
love it.
it was like I snuck out once and went and did this with my friends, but, like, here's the thing, that was one instance of, like, probably 100 times sneaking out,
Oh, shoot.
and so I told them, and I don't even remember, like, what the rest of the incident was, but it was something dumb. And then they respond and they're like, "You're gonna have to gain our trust back. Like we lost our trust." And I'm like, "I'm on a
Oh
mission.
my
What else
gosh.
can I do?" But
I'm out here serving the
now,
Lord.
why? Yeah, I tell them stuff now, and they just like laugh it off. And I like my dad. I tell him stuff, and he laughs it off because like he was a teenage boy too, and he did like dumb stuff too. And
Yeah.
like he tells me some of his stories and stuff, and it's just like fun to talk about some of the dumb things we did. But yeah, I I feel like now though, I not that I'm what's the word I'm like obsessively honest because I don't want to ever put
Oh,
anybody in a
interesting.
situation where they like feel like they can't trust me or anything. And I feel like that
Interesting,
played
okay.
like a big part in it, and that I feel bad for like sneaking out so much and doing that behind my parents' back growing up, that I try to be like hyper honest now about stuff.
Hyper honest, what does that sound like? So, like, hmm, yeah, what do you wanna expound on that?
I mean, I just don't lie. Like that's really it. Like I just don't lie. I don't really like
I feel
bend
the
the
same
truth.
way. I feel the same way too. Like I don't feel like I lie to people, but I was talking to my sister-in-law the other day about this, about like lying and stuff, and something about like, oh, if someone asks you how you're doing and you're actually just in the shizzer, like you're having a terrible time, but you say like you're fine, like I don't feel like that's lying, really. It's just you don't want to tell someone like you not everyone's privy to know exactly like how you're doing, right? Is
Yeah.
it
I mean,
lying? I don't know. Now that
no,
I'm saying it, I'm like, well, you're not telling them how you actually feel, but
I don't think
I
so
don't know.
because like they like I feel like certain relationships you show like there's different levels of communication that you have with people in different relationships. Like
For
the
sure, yeah.
deeper connection you have, the deeper communication you have with somebody, and
Yeah,
vice versa. Like they're going to have that with you too, and the deeper trust you have. And so if you don't have that deep of a communication with somebody, like you're not required or obligated to share deep information with them. There's like
totally.
if that's not a safe way for you to do that, or like you're not okay doing that, then why do that just for the sake of doing it? Like, I don't
Yeah.
see it as being dishonest. I see it as just you're maintaining a relationship like how it should be with that
Yeah.
person, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
you're like maintaining status quo. Yeah.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
no, I just like I don't feel like I don't have anything to be dishonest about in my life, but like I just don't
Yeah,
feel the need
exactly.
to like as a teen, like as a kid, I feel like I have kids now, and like I feel like a kid's first instinct when they get in trouble or something is just like, "Oh shoot, I didn't do it. I didn't."
Mhm.
And as an adult, like I don't really feel that anymore. Like I guess
Yeah.
like the big thing for me now in like a career and like a professional life is like I try to take accountability if I make a mistake, or like do those types of things that just show like, hey, I'm gonna be like a person of integrity and not
Yeah.
try to be dishonest or like throw anyone under the bus or whatever.
I knew it. I knew you're a good dude.
It took a lot of time on my mission as well, sitting there thinking like, dude, you got to get your life together. You're in shambles, man. Like you got to do some work.
I feel like my extent of my lying was more around that relationship with that girl in high school. Everything around after that, that was like a year of like very strained relationship with my parents. But after that, they were like really, we had a better relationship. So I don't feel like I lied about anything else. Yeah, too substantial.
I You're reminding me of a story. Can I tell it?
You
Is it
should,
okay? Okay.
please.
So my senior year, I was a smart kid, okay? Like I was genuinely smart. I could get good grades if I wanted to. But I
Sounds a lot like a qualifying statement. Let's see where this is
no,
going.
so I like legitimately struggled to sit through school. It was really hard for me to sit still. Like it is for a lot of boys and even girls too, but like I really had a hard time sitting. I really had a hard time not doing like not getting the stuff, but like just doing the work, you know? I struggled with that, like the discipline and all that kind of stuff. So my senior year, I got some bad grades. Um and like I failed one class my senior year, like one quarter, and
You did?
I did, and I was actually
Whoa.
yeah, but, like, it was a chemistry class. That class I actually did legitimately struggle in a little bit, but for the most part so, when I was in, like, ninth grade, I had kind of the same thing. That's when I really started, like, branching out, getting more friends, like, doing more socially, and so my grades kinda started to suffer, and there was this semester where my parents were like, "Your grades are suffering," and I was like, "I'll get on the honor roll, like, I'll show you I can do it, like, I'm not dumb," and I did, and I got like a 3.6 or whatever. Like I got really good grades that semester, and they're like, okay. And I think they kind of learned like, well, we know you're smart. Like, you need to find a balance between like doing your work, like doing good work, but also like we don't want to like be Nazis and harping on you all the time. And
Yeah.
so through high school, like I got legitimately good grades, but senior year I started to struggle a little bit because like I feel like I was dying a little bit. My last year of school, like I had friends, I just didn't want to be there, you know?
Yeah,
And
totally.
so I was an aide, one of my classes for the entire year. I was an aide in the counseling center. And so I was the kid that would run the notes to the classes. Like if a kid needed to go to the principal's office or whatever, I would run the note to the teacher, you know? And
Yeah.
like do whatever the counseling center needed me to do. And so that was when they used to send your parents like Skyward access for them to log in and see your grades. They would send that in the mail. And so I would
Uh-oh.
I would intercept the letter that they were going to send to my parents' house,
Yeah.
and I would I would log in and change their login credentials so that
Oh.
they could never log in to see my grades. Because
No
if
way,
they would
dude.
see my like, if they saw my grades throughout the semester, I was consistently struggling, and then at the end of the semester, I would do everything I could to, like, bring them up and get good grades, you know?
Oh my
Um, so
gosh.
for the most part, I got really good grades at the end of the semester, but if you looked at my grades throughout the semester, I was struggling, and so then that's when I'd get grounded or, like, that's when I would not be able to do sports or whatever. And so
Oh
I
my
learned real quick, like,
gosh.
there's this stack of mail over there. I'm gonna go sift through it and find my parents' letter and just intercept it and change their login. So my parents were like always calling the school, like, we need our like, why can't we get into our grades? Like, can't like we haven't seen a report card for like 2 months. Like, what's going on? And they would ask me, and I was, I don't know, like, sorry.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so I lied about that for a
Did
while,
they
but
know this?
I actually don't know if I ever told them. Maybe I should.
Is this the grand reveal?
I
You're gonna get a call from your
dad
parents
listens
next
to the
week.
podcast, so
They're
here's
like,
the
"You
thing.
you
Here,
have to
I
rebuild
graduated.
my trust."
I got my bachelor's. I'm good. Okay, I got great grades in college. Like I made
Uh,
it.
yeah.
um, but
Dude,
yeah,
that's so funny.
that
That's
was
next
that was
level.
that was probably the best lie that I ever pulled off, or like not even like I yeah I
Like
lied about like the best
deception.
con. You know, like
Yeah.
that was like a long con because I had to do that all year, and it was
Oh
stressful.
my. How did I not know about this? Was I
That was
just
my
in
senior
college?
year. Yeah, that was my
Dang,
senior
I
year.
missed out.
I had a whole
That
life after you left, man. It was.
I know.
I feel like.
That was one thing that kind of sucked because I had older friends, right? Like Kenny and
Hmm.
Aaron and Skylar. They were older. I had like no one my age besides one person I won't name that I wasn't really like good friends. You both know who we're talking about. Blank face kid. Okay.
Hmm.
Anyways, and then and then I had you that was like 1 year younger, and like we were good friends, but uh yeah, I, that
Yeah.
that I did miss out on that. Dang. What a reawakening. That's
Tho-
so funny, dude. That is so
yeah,
funny.
it was fun. But I mean, senior year was kind of a joke anyway. Like I had foods 1 and 2 every day of senior year. I
Oh,
took it all both
that's awesome.
semesters. I had team sports and weights every day. Like I finished a lot of my classes my first 2 years so that I could just like party my third year. And, you know, it was fun.
Yeah. That senior year of high school is kind of rough, especially like if you're already accepted to college. You're just
Yeah.
sitting there what am I gonna do, you know? Like, I'm already gonna go to college, they're not gonna hold back my acceptance or whatever.
I can thank my wife that I got even went to college because
Oh, really?
I didn't really plan on it growing up. Like I had no idea
Oh,
what I wanted to be. Um,
what about our business empire? I thought that was gonna be our
I,
thing.
I did think about that, yes, but I figured I would be
Man,
the chef, the meat guy, and you would be the
the meat
businessman.
guy. True.
um, and so I never really knew, but then my wife and I became really good friends my senior year, and I knew that she wanted to go to Utah State, and I like wanted to date her so bad, marry her so bad. Like, dude, I was like head over heels for her back then, and still am. Uh, More so now, but
Nice, nice. Good save, good
but
save.
I was like, I gotta go to Utah State. I gotta get into Utah State, and so then like I went to a thing when Utah State came, like an orientate. We had like a college orientation day where all the schools came to our high school, and so I went, and I was like, I'm going to Utah State, and then I worried for a while that I wouldn't get in because my some of
'Cause
my
you're great.
grades, but I did.
Oh, no.
Got in fine. I applied on my mission and got in, but I almost ended up going to BYU Idaho
Oh,
because I had a
nice.
bunch of mission friends that went. But then my wife, we were planning on dating when I got home, and she was going to USU. So I was like,
You
I
better
better go to
follow that.
USU, and the rest is
Yeah.
history. 3 kids and
Yeah, 3 kids
two
later.
college grads later, and she
That's
got me through
awesome.
school.
That's awesome. I told you about the first time that I met your wife back in high school, right? I remember this encounter so distinctly.
Tell me again, because I feel like recently you said you remember like just like meeting her in the hall, but I didn't know of a specific like instance.
No, so I you and I were hanging out at high school in like the atrium, I guess that would be what it's called.
Commons.
The commons area. Yeah. We're hanging out there in between classes maybe or maybe at lunch, and I remember your wife coming up to you and talking to you about something, and she was like really funny and cool, and then she left, and I was like, "Hey, like why didn't you date her? She seems awesome." And I can't remember what you said, but yeah, I remember that. I was like, "Dang, you got to date that girl." Yeah, that's all I remember, but
I did it. I got her.
yeah,
Somehow
you did.
I got her.
Good on you.
I still don't know how, but yep.
Yeah. I got lucky. My grandma set me up with my wife. I say it like that, so like with like almost disdain. That sounds terrible. I love my grandma, but like she's old and boring. And she's nice, but there's just not we can't talk about anything.
What what was your first thought when your grandma approached you and was like, "I have a nice young lady for you to date, Daniel."
That's exactly what I thought with that exact voice. I have this cute girl in my ward. It was more like, "Oh, she likes." I think what she had like her reasoning for setting us up was that we both like Star Wars. I'm like, "That's such a
Uh, uh,
loose connection, dude." It
Plus the range of Star Wars fans, you're like, this could
exactly!
be iffy.
Exactly, and never in my life had I gone on a date with someone my grandma had set me up with, but when she said who it was, I was like, "Alright, whatever, I'll look her up." 'Cause I
You're
was
like, I'm desperate enough to give it
26.
a try.
Yeah, I was 26, so I'm, like, basically dead in Utah terms, like, "What's wrong with you? Are you gay?" Or, like, whatever. Not that being gay
Everyone's
is
judging you at
wrong, just,
church every Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so I look her up on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, dang, she's kinda hot." So, I hit her up, and, apparently my grandma had been talking to my wife's mom for quite some time, for, like, almost a year to try to, like, set us up, and my mother-in-law is like, "Come on, Kylie, like, go out with him one time so I can get her off my back." And, she did, and the funny part was, like, I don't know for, like, going on a date with your wife or whatever, but when I went on my first date with my wife, it wasn't like, "Oh, I knew it was love at first sight. There's just so much magic, and I could just see at the moment that, like, I saw her." No, none of that. it wasn't anything like that. Like, it was, like, a fine date, but it wasn't, like, the best first date I had.
Hmm.
But she ended up, like, texting me afterwards and asked me out, and she does not do that. My wife is
Hmm.
not that kinda person, and, she ended up asking me out, and we just kept going out, and yeah.
Would
The
you have asked her on a second date if she didn't text you?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
And I know this now, that I like, our love journey, that sounds so, I don't know. Anyway, our our path to our marriage and getting to that point was very specific, in a way that it had to have happened the way it happened for us to be together.
Hmm.
And because like I've mentioned earlier, I had dated some less than stellar girls, and there were some lasting effects on me mentally, and so I ended up having to use like some therapy and stuff. But it I had to have met my wife at the time that I met her and gone through specific things to even marry her. So yeah.
That's cool.
I wasn't planning on getting into this, but yeah,
I wasn't
it's
either.
yeah, she's great. Now she has to listen to this podcast because I say so many good things about her here. So she's a great mom. She's doing great. We're both sick right now, but she's just
Oh, she's sick
a
too
champ.
now?
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Anyway,
Um, Thanks for sharing. That was fun. Should we get into the next segment, the rants? Because I
yeah.
got a couple of these
You've
that
got a
have been
couple.
cooking for
Yeah,
years,
you've got
dude.
some, oh, years. Let's
These have
hear it,
been
dude.
these have been things for years that have irked me. Okay.
I only have like a few, and they're not probably like, my long one was the poop one. So if you haven't, which episode was that? Was that the
That's
missing
the second one, I
411?
think, or maybe it was either that or Louisiana. I don't remember.
I think it's missing 411. So if you want to hear my rant about people not washing their hands, go listen to that one. I think it's kind of funny, but
It
take it
is.
away. Take it
All
away,
right.
Kippy.
So when I was a kid, my family got a PlayStation. Okay, when I was like maybe 6 or 7, we got one, and my mother,
Great console, by the way.
bless her heart and her soul, she's a wonderful woman, called it the Sony. Okay. And so whenever I'm playing, like, turn off the Sony. And I would always say, Mom, it's not the Sony, it's the PlayStation. Like, it it bothered me so bad. Like, and then she started calling it the Sony PlayStation, and I'm like, that is worse. That is even worse. And so then we got like a Wii later in life, and then she still called that the Sony.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
so any console or computer entertainment system became the Sony.
Oh,
Like, when I
please
had a
tell me
Game
she
Boy, it
still
became the
says that.
Sony. It was the worst. Like, okay, imagine now if your mom was like, "Get off your Apple," or "Get off your ah, it just it irked me so bad as a kid. And then so
I can sense the fire underneath you right
it
now.
was so annoying, dude. I don't know why, but it was just like maybe it was just because it was like my mom and she was telling me to get off of the Sony, and I was like angry.
Yeah.
And I had this deep seated like annoyance with it now. But then later, so then on my mission, like it doesn't bother me with things though, like if you call a bandage Band-Aid, like that's the brand name, or a tissue, like a if you call a tissue a Kleenex, I don't care. Like that's pretty
Yeah.
normal, you know?
Yeah, it's very normal, yeah.
But to call every computer system the Sony was so, and then the Sony play, like it was so stupid. And then on my mission, my mom's not sorry, that sounded bad. My mom's not stupid. It was just so annoying. Um,
Sounds like a
so then
boomer
on
talk.
yeah, then on my mission, uh, I don't know why this one bothered me so bad, but they had all these like crappy brands of like Kool-Aid powder mixed drinks, you know?
Yeah.
And they tasted like straight dirt, like
Ooh.
so bad, but they called them all Kool-Aid, and I was like, "It is not Kool-Aid. It is
You're
nowhere
doing
near
Kool-Aid a
the level of Kool-Aid."
disservice.
Like, they'd be like, "You guys want some Kool-Aid?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, bring out that Kool-Aid." And I'd taste it. I'd be like, "This is not Kool-Aid. You can't be calling it Kool-Aid. It's
Oh my
Rika-Aid. Don't
gosh.
call it like don't taint the name of Kool-Aid with this trash. Like this is awful." And like I don't know why that bothered me so bad, but it did. And it all started with the Sony PlayStation.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
That's it.
I I don't think I have anything similar. I don't know, cause my dad played video games, so he wouldn't call things by the wrong name. I guess one thing I do, but I do it ironically, is I'd like to say some words that are like jalapeno, say like jalapeno, or
Yeah.
say some words incorrectly just to sound like an idiot. But what what my wife hates about it is she says that reminds her of Andy from The Office, and I don't know why. Andy is my most hated character in The Office. I don't know about you, but like he just I can hear him like in my head right now going "Ru-du-du-du-du," and I hate it so much. Anyway, so when she says that, I think she does it on purpose. I think she says it sounds like Andy because she knows I hate Andy, and she's like, he's not gonna want to say it anymore because if it sounds like Andy, he hates Andy. So my wife's a really she's playing 5D chess. Unlike, Mr. Trump and QAnon, my wife's here playing 5D chess. You like that callback?
Oh
Callback to
yeah.
previous
That was
episode?
great. I think Andy's supposed to be a hated character on The Office because
Oh,
like I like him, but
I
he's also so annoying too.
dude, I
I feel
can't.
like
I
that's his
just
character.
can't. Oh, I just see his stupid face. I'm sorry, Ed Helms, if you're listening. You're a great actor. I appreciate all your work. Have you seen um did you ever hear of that show called, I think it was called Wilfred? It
Oh,
was
was that the one with Elijah Wood?
Yes!
That
With
show is
Mr.
hilarious,
Baggins.
dude.
It was very inappropriate from what I remember, but
You
there's
were
an
the one that
episode.
introduced me to that show. We would watch it at your parents' house.
Yeah, so the premise of the show is that Elijah Wood, Mr. Frodo Baggins himself, he has this dog, but the dog is in his eyes, the dog just looks like a grown A man in a dog costume, and everyone else sees him as like a regular dog. But there's this gosh, I'm pretty sure it's Ed Helms. There's this episode with Ed Helms. Do you know this one?
No, not off the top of my
Okay.
head.
Okay, so there's I don't know the whole thing, but Ed Helms is like this, he's either like some kind of pound, like he runs a pound, like a shelter for animals or something, but he's like abusing the animals because he's putting peanut butter on his private parts for the
Oh
dogs.
no.
So there's an episode where Wilfred, who's Elijah Wood's dog that's a man, maybe a dog, I don't know. He like hates going to Ed Helms because of the things that he makes him do. Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah, so disgusting. But yeah, so he's not only a hated character in The Office, but also in
in Wilford.
Wilfred.
Dude, that show, I remember seeing it, like, you introduced me to it, you're like, "You have to watch this show," and I was like, "What? This feels like a
It's
fever dream of a show." Like, it's so
Fever
strange,
Dream.
but it's also, like, one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't imagine that it got too many seasons. I'm kind of curious now thinking about it, like where the show ended up, like what was the story and the explanation for whatever weird thing they had going on. But the premise was so interesting. I had to be like, okay, like let's
Mhm.
see what this is about. But anyway, sorry, Ed Helms. Apologies.
Speaking of shows that never finished, I am still so mad that the show My Name is Earl was left on a cliffhanger. They could
I've
have wrapped
never
it up
seen
in
it.
dude, that's like top 3 shows for me. Do you know the premise of the show?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's one of like watching that show is like the hardest I've laughed at anything probably ever. Like It
Dang.
is so stinking funny, the episodes that they come
I'm
up with.
I might have to go and give that a listen
You
or a
would enjoy
watch.
it. You would love it. And it's still I feel like it still holds up. But they could have wrapped it up in one episode, and I don't remember, I think the show got canceled and they didn't ever get a chance to finish it. But they
Was it
were
on
like at the end.
Fox? Freaking
I
Fox.
I think it was Fox.
Makes
It
sense.
was
They canceled Firefly, how dare they?
I never saw that.
Ugh,
Um
missing out.
yeah,
Nathan
I
Fillion at his finest.
it's Nathan Fillion. He's great.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, that's a small rant, side rant is that they never finished My Name is Earl and I'm still mad about it. Um
Do you have some
I
more rants?
I have one more. This is
Let's
probably my
go.
most passionate rant. Um
Oh,
the grocery store is a lawless place where people choose not to follow the rules, because here's the thing, driving a cart through the grocery store, that can ruin a day for me because people are dumb and don't know how to walk or drive their carts through the grocery store. Okay?
okay.
Here's the proper way. In my perfect world, I would have traffic officers in the grocery store giving people citations for doing it wrong, because inevitably every time I am there, someone is blocking the aisle, or they're like taking up all this space, they're walking on the wrong side, they cut me off and almost run into me or my kid, and I'm like, there needs to be some law and order here. Okay. In the grocery store, there are some rules to follow. Everybody listening, follow these rules, okay?
All right.
First off, you treat the aisles like the streets. You stay on the right side,
Yeah.
unless there's a reason that you have to go to the left. If you have to go around somebody, or if you're like in the big aisles, like not the little food aisles, but like the main aisles that to go to the food aisles, if you need to like cut across those, like at Walmart, how they have the big stands in the middle of those, if you need to cut across to get to something, I can totally see that. But otherwise, stay on the right hand side like you're driving a car, okay?
Yeah. Totally
Um,
understandable.
and then when you're in the numbered aisles as well, stay on the right hand side
Yeah.
like you're driving a car. um, Next thing, if you're in the smaller numbered aisles, you do not have the right of way when coming out to the big aisles. You need to stop at the end of the aisle and look both ways before you pop out for people that
Yeah.
are already walking past in the main aisles. I can't tell you how many times my cart has been hit, or I have almost been ran into by people just jetting
Really?
out of the aisles. Like it, and then I have to like stop, and then I just like every time I like don't say anything, but I just give them this look of like, "Ugh, don't do that. Like, don't cut me off. I'm so frustrated right now."
Is this
And
is this something that you've, like, noticed more recently or, like,
since
is
I
it,
got
like
home from my mission and I started
yeah,
doing my own grocery shopping, I noticed it. Uh,
okay.
but it's been a thing for like 10 years for me, where
Dang.
I am so flippin' frustrated with people in the grocery store. And I feel like this is my like most boomer take that I have of like, young
Nice.
people in the grocery store don't know how to drive, and like my kids are like, all right, dad, let's get you to bed, like, come on now, but
Did you take your prune juice?
yeah, exactly, did you take your medicine? But that's my thing, is treat the grocery store like the roads, because then there's a system and you're not crashing into people, you're not clogging up the aisles, and everybody knows which way to go. Like, we have a system already built in the roads. Just do the same thing in the grocery store. It's it's
You're
so
right.
simple. It's so simple.
I feel like the other day I was grabbing something real quick. I was probably grabbing some freaking flamin' hot limon Cheetos, thanks
Oh,
to you. Oh my
quality
gosh.
choice.
By the way, I had, like, a huge party size bag that we did
Mm.
we get that today?
Did you kill it like in a day too? Because
No, it's still alive. But I think I was going and I had to, like, to get to it and, like, in my Walmart, I was in the left side, and I was like, "Man, I feel like this is wrong, like, what I'm doing." I didn't have a cart or anything. I was just walking there. So I feel like it's, like, less bad, but I'm like, "I'm going against traffic here. What am I doing?
Yep. You're the
I
problem.
broke your
You're the
rule." Yeah.
problem, dude.
It's
Here's the thing,
me!
unless you had to cut over to get to your aisle, that's totally fine, and I get that. But if you're doing that as well, you go to the middle between the big stands in the middle and you wait until it's clear, okay? And then you go. Like you're turning left at a traffic light. You go into
True.
the turning lane
I
and then you
forgot to
wait until it's your
signal.
turn. Yeah,
Ugh.
well, yeah, I'll forgive you for that one.
Oh,
Um,
sorry.
but then you wait your turn when you're clear and then you go.
Okay. Thank you. Proper
Sorry, I
etiquette.
didn't mean to cut you off there, but
No, you're
this
good.
is
You're
this is my
good.
most passionate rant because I'm not joking. It happens every time I go to the store that I get
Oh,
like a trip to the store will ruin my day if I go to Walmart. Like especially on a Saturday, forget about it.
forget about it. Yeah. My I haven't had I have occasionally seen that for myself, but the only thing I see is abandoned carts or people not putting their carts back in the cart return. Yeah, that always bothers me.
Yeah, that and I feel like people I expect people to have the same like social awareness that I do too. Like I feel like when I'm in the store, I'm like hyper aware of am I in somebody's way? Like I'm like
Yeah.
worried about it. Like am I inconveniencing anyone? Am I in anyone's way? Am I blocking something? Like not
Uh-huh.
everybody has that, you know? And
I
that's not for
do
me to say that that's like a problem that they don't, but like I hope I always think that people would have the same level that I do, and then I get frustrated when they don't. So that's a me problem, but
I don't know,
I
man.
don't know.
I hate that. Like when you're I don't know, you're waiting to get like you're like you ordered your food like at a fast food place and you get your drink and you're about to like go fill it up and like there's people in front of you that are just like I feel like it's a lot of time it's old people. They're like slowly meandering over there and you can't like quite like cut past them and you're just like, "Man, like freaking hurry up," you know? And
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but whenever I see like really old people, I always just think that they sound like this. They're like, "Eh." I don't know if that came through the mic very well, but
Oh, it did. Perfect. Crisp, crisp.
so that's what I always think of. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna die any day now. I don't need to hurry to get to anything." Like and that's the thing that bothers me. Um, one grocery store gripe. That's a good one. Maybe that's what we should call it. Grocery store
Grocery store
gripe.
gripes. Yep.
I don't know if it's a grocery store. It's like being in public. Because when my wife and I were dating or first married, there was like a span of a couple months where we went. I think we went to Hallmark and we were looking at. They have some sick Christmas ornaments. Have you seen them? The ones that are
Yeah,
like
they're
the
really nice. Yeah.
electronic ones. They have like some
Mhm.
Star Wars ones that are so cool.
Mhm.
Hey, see, there's Star Wars coming back. That's why my wife and I are together, apparently, according to my grandma. But we're at Hallmark and we're checking out the things, and like there's this other couple there, and they're also looking at stuff, and they're like strike up like a casual conversation. But then it like goes to the next level where they're like asking us, "Has this happened to you?" They ask you like what you do for work.
Yeah,
We
like
had this.
random people in public.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel like I'm pretty sure it's like these MLMs where you have to like recruit people. I'm not kidding. They're like, yeah, I'm just like investing in my future and I'm looking to retire in the next like 5 years. They're like 25. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I'm like, get me out of here. But like we get pinned in this corner and I don't know what it is. I feel like I have some sort of social anxiety a little bit. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
But when I get in situations like that, I start getting nervous. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like what are these people?" I get like anxious and I start sweating. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to they're going to know that I'm going to start sweating and I'm going to see it cuz like I pit out like super hard." Like
Get the tacos going.
the tacos have upgraded to the sweat gorditas, man.
The gordita
There's
crunches.
the gordita crunches. It just soaked through and through. But I there was a span of a couple months where that happened, and it was so weird. They're like asking us what we do for work, and I'm just being so like base level. Like, I don't know you. I'm not gonna tell you what I do for work or whatever. Like, we're not gonna hang out or anything. Like, stop talking to me. Like, I'm okay with like a brief friendly interaction. Like, oh yeah, you like Star Wars? Oh yeah. Oh, that one's so cool. Oh yeah. Okay, have a nice day. Like, oh yeah. Like, I'm fine with that. But, like, don't try and strike up a full conversation with me. And like, I'm not here to chit chat. Okay.
Right.
Like, I'm here
It
with my
is.
wife. We're getting stuff done. Like, and I'm not I'm not this crotchety man. Like, if you're a nice person, but it always feels like they have ulterior motives. So that happened once at Hallmark, and then we were at Target. I want to say we were either married or engaged, and we were trying to get like silverware or stuff for our condo because I was moving in there and then she was moving in after we got married. And this other guy started talking to me and asking me similar questions, and it was really weird. And I just like, what do you want? And then we walk away and we see the same guy go back to like a group of people in the store that he wasn't there initially with. He was just like perusing the silverware section but not really looking at anything. And he went back to this group of people and was just like chit chatting with them. And I felt like it was some kind of like coordinated effort that they're trying to like wrangle these people in. I feel like it was another MLM thing. Either
Hmm.
that or they're trying to sex traffic me and my wife. Who knows? But it,
MLM, I think.
hey, sex trafficking is real.
Not for you. Uh, um. Yeah,
Oh, it's
that's
sensitive.
strange. And so recently, there's this person that I knew in high school, not very well. I probably talked to them 5 to 10 times. We had some similar friends, but he has been reaching out to me, and I don't know if he reached out to my wife on Facebook. And he reaches out and he's like, "Hey, I want to I want to talk to you about something. Can you give me a call?" And it's like, "What the heck?" And then we have other friends messaging us too, and they're like, "Have you seen this dude like messaging us? And what's this about?" And he's like trying to sell us insurance or something. I'm like,
Oh,
"Come on, dude. I
love
haven't
it.
talked to you in 15 years, and you're just gonna reach out and be like, 'Hey, hope all's good. Like, call me. Like, I have something I want to tell you.'" But I never responded to him, so he's reached out an additional like 3 or 4 times, and then he sends me like voice memos too
Oh,
on
what the?
Messenger, and he's like, "Hey, just when you have a second, give me a call." And it's like the same feeling I get of like, dude, stop it. Like,
Just like
no,
trying to
I don't.
sell you something for
Yeah,
sure.
but social media is so weird. Like, I saw this comedian the other day talking about how like people post like their kids' birthdays and stuff on social media for all their friends to see. And he's like, to get the same reaction from that like 10 years ago, you would have just had to call your friend and be like, "Hey, just want to let you know it's little Timmy's birthday today. So, happy birthday, Timmy." And he's so great and like we love him. So, yeah, I just wanted to tell you happy birthday to my son Timmy. Like, it is
That's
so weird
hilarious.
when you think about it like that.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny. Oh, people. My me and my wife do not like. Okay, we like people in the general sense, but man, what we were going to Smith's today. I can't remember what she said. It was so funny. I was like, I should say that on the podcast, and I don't remember. Dang it. But the quote from The Office? Is it Dwight that says we need a new plague?
Yeah, there's too many
Yeah,
people.
yeah. That's a Kylie quote if I've ever
That's
heard of
funny.
one. Yeah.
It is true. And maybe I'm just getting like cynical as an adult about silly stuff, but man, some things just irk me now. Mm.
Oh, okay. I remember one more story about someone trying to sell me crap. This is from my brother Josh. He had like this mission companion or something that randomly messages me. I can't remember if it was like my cell phone number or something, but I think he messages me out of the blue I don't even know this guy. I maybe met him one time at my brother's homecoming or something from his mission, and he messages me trying to sell me something or trying to like talk to me about something. I was like, Josh, why the fuzz is this guy talking to me? He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know he's gonna call you or whatever. And I'm like, what are you giving him my phone number for? What the heck?
Oh, come on,
I might
Josh.
I might be misremembering this, so it's okay. You can call me out on it, Josh, if you listen to this episode. So there you go,
That's funny. I'll give
sucker.
Josh the benefit of the doubt.
No, I don't do that.
He needs some support and love in his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst when people just try to connect with you and you know it's like scummy. They're just trying to sell you something. I feel that way if I ever reach out to a friend. Like the other day, I have a friend who he was a pretty good friend, but I haven't talked to him for like 3 or 4 years, and I like needed some advice on like what he does for his job. And so I was gonna reach out to him, and I was like, I feel so scummy just reaching out to him and being like, "Hey, how are you? I wanted to ask you this question about your job. Like, only
Yeah.
that. Like, I don't really care how you're doing." You know,
Yeah.
it makes me feel a little scummy.
Nah, I get that. You're like, okay, if I want to pull this off, I have to build some kind of like actual interaction, and then you can cash in later. But then it's like, I'm not gonna
But then,
talk to you after that, so it
but
feels
like
pretty pretty bad too.
that's fake too. Yeah, it's like I'm gonna spend
Yeah.
all this time like making you think I'm your friend, and then I'm just not like gonna do
Yeah.
anything about it after.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
don't
Do you have any other rants you wanted to go over?
um I don't know, just observations I've had. Let's see. I don't know about you, but I feel like more recently I see people running red lights all the time.
Dude, all the
I
time.
I don't know about yeah, it and then like very not like there's like a okay spot to run a red light, but by my house there's that nice big hill that kind of goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so people run that light all the time and it's kind of scary cuz they're like freaking zooming. There
That's
have
a
been
busy.
multiple yeah, there have multiple times where I don't know about you, but if I'm the first car to go and it goes green, I look both ways before I go. I don't
Mm-hmm.
just go through. I'm like, okay. And I look to make sure that the people that are coming down the hill are actually going to stop. I'm not like waiting like 5 seconds, but I like, okay, they're slowing down. Okay, like I should be able to go. But I always look. I don't just trust because there've been so many times where people have just freaking blown through. I'm like, okay,
Yep.
well, could have been a bad accident right there.
Yeah, I'm a little weird with like driving with other people now because my wife and I were almost like if we would have gotten hit in this accident, we would have been dead for sure. But we were
Oh,
within a couple feet of getting T-boned one time
oh,
by a guy that blew a red light. So we were turning left at an intersection in Logan, and so we were waiting like for the light to turn yellow, and then we could go. And it was right on Main Street, busiest road in Logan, and there was 2 lanes of oncoming traffic, and so there was like a big line of cars in the first lane, and there's like a big truck and we couldn't see around him. So in the second lane we couldn't see, so then the light turns yellow and then it turns red, so then we go to turn left, where the last car like turning left, and a dude he was texting, he was looking down at his phone while he's driving, and he blew right through the light, but we didn't see him because of the truck. And so my wife was driving and she had to like swerve out of the way to miss him, and he didn't even notice because
oh,
he was looking down at his phone. I don't even think he saw us at all.
oh
Um,
man.
and she didn't even like have time to honk or anything. Like it was just. And so the rest of that day, I just remember being like shaky from it.
Yeah,
And I was like, we for sure would have like been died or like severely injured from that. And so now I always get nervous if I feel like people approach stops really aggressively too. Maybe that's just me being paranoid, but like I always think that people like approaching a stop sign or when they're coming out of like a parking lot and waiting to turn, like they come up so quick and stop that I'm always like, I'm gonna get hit by that person right there. And then like I have like a mini panic attack for a second, and then I'm like, okay, we're fine.
like your heart jumps in your chest. Like, oh,
Yeah. But like
your butt puckers a
anytime
bit.
Anytime, yeah, that my coworkers like want to go anywhere, like if we go to lunch or anything, and they're like, "Who's driving?" I'm always like, "I'm driving," because I want to be the one that's in
Mm,
control if anything happens.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, I'm just like kind of nervous about that now. But
Oh man. Growing up, it's like you you think about who you are feel comfortable with driving. There's a few people in our friend group that I won't mention that I'm like, yeah, I don't really want you to drive because I know how you drive. And it's
I
a little
think I know who you're talking
scary.
about. One of them had a car that was old, and one the passenger side door didn't shut, and he would whip around corners real fast, and so he had a bungee cord from the handle of the passenger door to the driver's side, like the little cigarette handle on the side, like the ashtray handle.
Was
He
it
had
the
a
Geo
bungee cord. Yeah,
Metro?
the Geo it was the Geo Storm,
Okay, okay, we are
and
talking, yeah.
yep, yeah, that was like some of the worst driving
Yikes.
experiences I've ever had, dude.
I
Big
forgot
yikes.
about that. I was thinking about other people, but that's funny.
Who were you thinking about? What was the car?
Uh, a Dodge Neon? Do you remember?
Uh,
Blue? Stick shift?
oh, vaguely, yeah.
He lived on my street.
Yep. Mhm.
We've talked about him
Then
before.
then he also had a SUV after that, didn't he, right?
What?
Yeah. I don't think he had it for very long because it like died. Maybe you
SUV.
were on your mission when that happened.
Yeah, it might have been. Okay. I'll do one more thing that bothers me, and then I have like a couple questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this because I was like, what can I say that bothers me? I'm like, nothing really bothers me. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, okay, there are definitely things that bother me. One like work related thing. I don't know if this happens to you. People, and if you do this, man, I might have to question our friendship. But some people at work, and I had a particular person in mind, but I feel really bad because they just got laid off the other day, so I
Oh
feel really
no.
bad. But they represent like like other people as well too, and it wasn't because of this thing that they did that they got laid off. Anyways, some people will ask me a question, but they don't take the time to figure out what the answer might be before asking me.
Mm,
And so I'm like, "What are you doing?" Answered the question, like, I don't know the answer, but I'm just gonna take you through the process how I would figure out the answer. And you could have easily done the same thing and gotten to the same conclusion, but you didn't wanna take the time to do it. So that's always bothered me when people don't think through their question and what the answer might be. So,
sure.
I
That's a
don't know,
valid one.
is that relatable? Or are
Yeah,
you the
it is.
person that just
Well,
asks?
I I think I probably have done that before. In fact, I know that I have, but it's been at times where like I wasn't sure on like 100% on how to get the answer right, or like I wasn't even sure if there was like where there was a way to find that answer. But then they tell me and I'm
Well,
like,
that's
"Oh,
fine.
I should have known that." Like I feel dumb now asking the question, but yeah, I feel like I don't know. I
It
feel like I have a decent mind to like go look for stuff before. I feel like a bother to people if I ask any question, so I like try to shy away from doing that if I can. But
Interesting.
yeah, I
I'll
mean, I'm sure
I'll
I have done it before.
I'll ask, but only if I've exhausted every possible thing. Like, "Hey, I have no idea. This is what I tried. This is what I tried. This is what I tried." And that's usually what I'll do. But when people ask me a question, I'm like, "Well, have you tried this?" They're like, "No." Or like, "Have you tried this?" No. And they're things that to me seem very obvious, but maybe and the person that was asking this question was a more junior person in their role, but
Mm,
still anyway. But um all right, I'm done with my rants. I didn't really have too many. You know, it's funny. I had like all these a couple of them written down here, but we just ended up going into other ones. Like people trying to sell me crap and getting me to join their MLM and have me whatever. But so let's see. Let me just okay. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Do you remember or what's your first memory of you and I? Like of meeting me or something memorable. Like what's your first memory you can think of?
Um, I That's a good question. I don't know what the first one is. Because I have a few memories from when you lived in the neighborhood. I feel like
Mhm.
the first like big one was when your dad finished the basketball court in your backyard and we had a party, pizza party in your backyard.
Dude, I don't even
Um,
remember that.
that was fun. And that was the first time I ever drank Cactus Cooler, and I thought it was like the best.
Cactus.
Um,
Nice.
so there's that one, and then there was a time when we went golfing for like a young men's trip, and I remember that I played with you and Josh that day, and that's like one of my first memories of Josh too.
Oh, those are good. Do I just have a bad memory? I feel like when I was younger, I had a better memory, and now I think my dad said this because I'd always like criticize my dad when I was like younger. Like, how come you don't remember that, Dad? He's like, well, I have so many more things to remember. Now I feel like that's true. There's so many other things to remember nowadays, but those are good ones. The first memory that I could think of was just like us playing basketball together at some point, whether it was like team sports in school or like church ball or something. But I can't
Yeah,
remember
church.
like our first like when we first started hanging out. I can't remember like how old we were.
I feel like it was when you moved into your new house that I first started like really hanging out with you because I
Yeah,
went to
maybe
my
that was
first ever
it.
UFC fights at your old house, and that was when Randy
Mm.
Couture and Brock Lesnar fought, and I just remember being like, "This is the greatest thing ever." Um, and then like after that, you guys moved like pretty soon after that, I think, and then that's when I really started hanging out. Cause then
Yeah, I think I was in high
uh
school, yeah.
yeah, I was in ninth grade, and I think you were in high school when we
Yeah.
started hanging out a ton. But I remember though in middle school we'd sit on that little heater like before school and hang out,
I
like
do
right at the
remember that.
entrance. That was like our spot, you know. That was fun.
That is true, we did do that. Alright, that was one of my questions. I have
All
another
right.
one. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. If you had a gay celebrity crush, who would it be?
Oh man. I was not prepared for that question.
I feel
Um,
bad that I am prepared for that one.
why don't you tell me yours first?
Let me get a picture because you're not gonna know who this
Oh
is.
my goodness.
Do you know who Robbie Amell is?
Oh, the name sounds really familiar, actually.
Where's like a good picture? Man, this I'm not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay,
Hmm.
but this is all right. Let me throw it in here. He's in the only thing that I know him from that I've seen is the movie The Duff, the designated ugly fat friend, which is also a guilty pleasure of mine. I love that show. I think it's so funny. But yeah, he's the lead male in it.
That's funny.
Yeah. He's a handsome guy. Look at that guy. Look at that
He is a handsome
jawline.
man. Yeah.
Kind of looks like me, but no,
Oh
I'm just
my.
kidding.
Oh my goodness. All right. All right. Let's keep it rolling. Um, mine, and it's actually funny because this dude actually is gay in real life, but his name is Matt Bomer, Bomer. Um, look up that dude. He plays in one of my favorite shows called White Collar. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but
Oh, he's gay?
yeah, he's gay in real life, which is
Oh.
crazy because in that show he plays like the
A
most
hyper
womanizing
hetero.
like white collar criminal ever. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
I know
that
who
show
that
though?
guy is. No, I haven't, but my
It's
parents love like that show.
it's really, really good. That's one that's like one of our guilty pleasure shows that we rewatch like every couple of years or whatever, or if we need something on in the background, like just to chill and watch without having to pay attention, like that's one of the ones that we
Yeah.
put on. But he's a great actor too, and the show's really, really good.
You know what's funny is both of those guys kind of look similar in a way. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just white guys with brown hair kind of thing, but
That's funny. That's a great question.
yeah. All right, and then I have one more. This is the only topic related question I have actually. So we talk about paranormal things, we talk about conspiracy related things, mysterious disappearances, etc., unexplainable things. Out of like I'm gonna just split it into like paranormal as being like a category and conspiracy being a category. Which of those two do you believe more in and why?
So conspiracy being like okay, yeah, conspiracy being like government conspiracies
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Paranormal being like ghosts, aliens, cryptids,
Yeah.
mysterious
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
I think I believe more in the paranormal because it's been around for all of human history. Like, there's always been ghost stories. There's always been cryptid tales. There've always been, uh, things like that. And from like a religious and spiritual standpoint, I believe in like quote unquote the other side or like another realm of existence too, where like the spirit world, I guess you could call
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
So I've had my own experiences as well with like mostly negative that have like proven to me that that exists.
Oh shoot.
Um,
I didn't know that.
n- just like a few prominent experiences that like scared me or like something
Mhm.
scary happened. I could tell you a ghost story that I don't know if you've heard before. If you want to hear that.
Oh shoot, yeah.
So my buddy Tyler, Tyler and I,
Yeah,
one year
yeah.
on Halloween, this would have been probably my senior year, so I think you were gone, and he and I were hanging out. My parents were out of town, and we decided to go to this graveyard that's out in Copperton, like by the copper mine.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, I've been there.
it's an old graveyard, like pioneer cemetery. Like there's literally like Indian and pioneer graves out there, but then they also like actively bury people there too. And it's kind of it was out in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure they've developed around it now, but I mean, there was nothing around it for like a quarter of a mile, half a mile probably. And so
Mhm.
it's really dark. There's no lights there. They have some of those like landscaping stakes that they put in the ground that have little solar lights on them, like that kind of stuff, but nothing of substance. So it's dark, it's creepy, like old, rickety iron fence all around it, like typical spooky cemetery. So we go there on Halloween, and we go there with the intent to like go speak to ghosts and like see a creepy thing. So
Uh-huh.
I have my phone out and I'm recording and we're walking through the cemetery. This is still like I look back, I'm like face palming because I'm like, this is so stupid. We're walking through the cemetery with my phone, like recording a video, just
Mhm.
like the audio because we couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
And this was before smartphones too, so it's like crappy recording. And we're walking through and we'd like find a grave and be like, hey, Dennis Johnson, like if you're there, speak to us, or like ghosts, whoever's there, like come speak to us.
Oh man.
And we were there for probably like 20 minutes walking around. And it wasn't really spooky at all. Like while we were there, it was a little eerie just because it was nighttime, but like it wasn't bad. And as soon as we're like going to get in the car, we heard like a scream, like it sounded like a little girl like screaming type thing.
Mm. Yeah.
And the nearest neighborhood was far away and it sounded like pretty close. And we're like, that's weird. So we get in the car and we like play it back on my phone and we could hear the scream in the recording on my phone too. So we're like, this is like creepy. So
Whoa.
then we book it out of there, we drive away like super fast and we get back to my parents' house and again they're gone for the weekend. And so we're just like chilling at my house. By this time it's probably like 8 or 9, so it's been dark for a couple hours already.
Mhm.
And we were gonna go to a Halloween party with some friends, and we were just kind of like waiting for the party to start. So we were hanging out at my parents' house, and we were blasting music on my parents' computer and just like chilling, eating snacks and stuff. And so Tyler's sitting on my parents' couch. I don't know if you remember my house, but so
Mhm.
you go down into the family room and then you turn and the basement door is right next to where the family room stairs go down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was gonna go down into the basement and grab a jacket, like a hoodie that I had down there. And so Tyler's chilling on the couch. We're blasting music like as loud as we can. So I go to reach out for the basement doorknob to open it. And as soon as I like reach out, but I didn't touch the doorknob, I hear like a loud like a fist like hitting on the other side of the door. And the door swung open and it hit the stair, like the stairs that come down into the family room, it hit that stair and it closed the door. Like it hit it so hard that the door closed and it cracked like the door because it's like a
What?
hollow, like just like a hollow interior door. So it cracked the wood on the door and it closed like was hit with so much force that it hit the stair and then like rebounded and closed. And so I jumped back and I'm like, "What the heck was that?" And Tyler didn't hear the bang because like we had the music up so loud. So he just sees me like jump back and he sees the door open and close, but he thought I was like pranking him or just doing something stupid. So he's like, "Dude, you're dumb." And I'm like, "No, man, the door like opened in my face." And I'm like yelling at him because the music's going. And so then I was like, "I gotta go get my jacket. Like it's downstairs and we need to leave." So I run down to get my jacket and I grab it and I come back up the stairs. And the whole time I'm like, it was like 2 seconds, but I just feel this like eerie feeling down there. And so then I get back up to the family room. I'm like, "Let's go. We need to get out of here." And so we go and we go to the front door and I go to like pull on the door, but I can't open the door. And so I'm like pulling on it, and it's not that like the door is stuck. It's that I'm like pulling on the door and it's moving, but something is pulling it from the other side and
What?
like actively trying to play like a game of tug of war with me. And I'm like getting the chills like telling this right now. It's so creepy.
Oh,
But
no.
so I'm pulling on the door for probably like 5 to 10 seconds, and Tyler's like, "Dude, like get it open." And so finally he like helps me pull it open. Like we each had a hand on the knob pulling the door, and we get it open and we go out and we're just like sitting there looking at my house and we're like, "What is going on?" And so we're just kind of like
Whoa.
staring up at my house, like waiting to see something. And then Tyler's like, "Oh, dude, I left my keys in your house." And
Oh, no.
so we go up to the front door and the front door was locked. So we had to go in through the garage and get his keys that way and then leave. And so then we left and went to hang out with some friends. And later that night I came home and I was by myself because my parents were still out of town.
Oh,
And
no.
I stayed up till like 2 in the morning. I had every light on in the house. I was playing the TV. I was just
Yeah.
like I was doing all these chores to just like keep myself busy. I was so scared. But I didn't have a car at the time. And or like maybe my keys had been taken or something. I don't remember. But um
Dude, no
and so I'm like
way.
freaking out and I went to take the garbage out and when I came back the front door was locked again. So I'm like, "No way. I have to like test this." And so I tried it like 5 times where I would go and I would make sure the door was unlocked and then I would go out on my driveway and I'd wait like 30 seconds to a minute and then I'd go back up and the door would be locked every time. And I probably
Like a
tried it for
deadbolt lock or
no,
like
like just like the bottom lock, like
the
the
twisty
doorknob
one?
lock.
Yeah.
But I tried it like 4 or 5 times and it happened every single time. And
No.
so then I called Tyler and luckily I don't know if I probably woke him up, but like luckily he answered and it's like 2 in the morning and I'm like, "Dude, you have to come pick me up. I'm not staying here tonight." And so he came and picked me up and I slept over at his house that night. And then when my parents got back, I told my dad and he was like kind of angry with me, rightfully so. And then he like had to bless our house and like cast out the
What?
demon.
What
But then
in
it
the
it never happened again after that. But that is I've told that story on the podcast before,
Oh,
but
you have?
that's
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it's been a while since I've told it, but that is the one like most
I hate
like
that.
impactful story that I've ever had that like proved to me that there's something else out there. And so
Dude, no
before that, I feel
way.
like I, like, kinda believed, and it was more like a
Yeah,
fun thing of, like, "Let's go to this haunted house and see if we see a ghost," but then after that, it was like, "I'm not going anywhere anymore." Like, that's
yeah.
for me when I actually, like, try to calm down a little bit with that kinda stuff and be like, "I'm not touching it anymore. I
You're not
can't
messing with that anymore.
I can't mess with it." So after that, we didn't do as much, like, exploring haunted places anymore. I don't really feel like we did it anymore at all.
Dude, I had no idea.
Yeah, that was
I don't think I've heard that story.
that was a wild one, and every time I get together with Tyler, like, we usually get together, like, once a year-ish or once every couple
Yeah.
years, and we always talk about it. Um,
Dude, no
but,
way.
yeah, that was a crazy one. Other than that, I haven't had, like, any other real
Other than
experiences.
that,
Like
that's a pretty noteworthy one. I would be I when you said, like, you're gonna be home by yourself, I'm like, I would have all the lights on,
yep,
have all, like
all the
oh my
TVs, all the radios, like, dude,
your sister was at college probably, right,
she
during
was at
that
college,
time?
yeah. I've been living
Yeah.
at home for a few years, and my parents were I think they were up in Washington for
Dude.
something, and
And I was gone too, so you couldn't have, like,
yeah.
rung me up. I was probably either in Hawaii or I was in Brazil already.
It was like a primal fear that I don't think I've experienced since of
Sorry
just
to bring
like
it up again.
no,
Jeez
it's
Louise, that's
like I've told that
crazy.
story like quite I've told it probably I've told it on this podcast, I've told it on another podcast too, and I've told it to like people before because now like I don't feel like I let that stuff really have an effect in my life anymore, but it's still
Uh-huh.
like every time I tell it I get the chills and I just like remember that like primal
That
fear that I
feeling.
had and it
That's terrifying.
yeah, it's just like a good reminder to me though of like you gotta you gotta be doing the right things because if you're not,
Dude,
something's waiting for you, and it's so easy to just bring it right in.
that's crazy. My to answer my own question, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm way more believing of the paranormal than I am of the conspiracies, and for the same reasons too, of like my religious upbringing. I believe in spirits and an afterlife, so that's where that belief comes from.
Have
But
you ever
that's
had like a crazy? You don't have
no,
to tell it either, but
no, no, no,
you've
no.
never had
I
like a
just
bad experience or anything.
no. The only one that's even potentially linked to me is one of my friends. He had had an experience, I guess. I can't remember exactly. All I know is that me and Aaron ended up going over to his house and giving him a blessing because he was pretty freaked out because he had said that like he had left keys and stuff on like the counter and they had like fallen to the floor and he swears
Mm.
that he didn't do any of that and there might have been some other things. That was a long time ago though. That was like gosh, 13 years ago
Oh,
probably when that
wow.
all happened. So
Mm.
I remember him saying that and I was at the time I was kind of disbelieving, but I knew coming from him that he wouldn't really make that up, so it kind of freaked me out a little bit. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, yeah, so not quite the same experience as you, right? But something along the same lines of like some physical thing that had moved or crashed to the floor or something. Yeah, so that's the only thing that I can even link to. Nothing's happened to me, and I do not want to seek it out either.
that's probably for the best. Like
I respect it, you know. I respect its existence.
I understand that. Like, I remember as a kid, my dad told me one time, I asked him what a Ouija board was when I was probably like 9 or 10.
Mhm.
And he got like this weird, like, he just got all serious for a second. And if you know my
Oh
dad,
yeah.
like, he's just
Mm.
not that guy. Like,
Uh-huh.
he's not. And so he gets all serious and he's like, I don't want you ever like looking into that or touching one or anything. And I was like, what is
Yeah.
it? Like, what is it? He's like, I'm not going to go into detail. I will just tell you, like, don't. And that was one of the most stern I ever saw my dad get ever about anything. And
Dang.
So I remember being a kid and being like, "Oh, that's something like crazy." Like it was almost like when I became old enough, it was kind of like a challenge of like, "Oh, now I want to go find something crazy," you know?
Oh,
And
interesting.
so like I'm trying to remember the only other experience I ever really remember having was one time we went to, were you with us when we went to the old mill? It was with my buddy Max. I don't know if you remember Max.
Oh, yeah, I remember
He
Max.
was a
I
year
don't
older
think
than
I went.
you.
Yeah, I don't think I
But
was
it
with you.
was, I think it was me, Caleb. I don't know if Caleb. I think Caleb was there, and then we had another friend who was a dingus that I won't name him, but um, then we had Max, and we went to the old mill that was by my mom's house where she grew up, like up near Big Cottonwood Canyon, like Brighton High School area. So up on the East Bench, and it was this old paper mill that was like a legitimately old building. And when my mom was a kid, it was condemned because I think there was a fire inside, and the legend was like there was a fire inside, and there was a man who was caught in the fire, and like he died, you know. So if you go to the old building, I'll send you a picture of it. Um, it is like an old, it looks like an old castle like type thing kind of, but it has this tower on
Mhm.
the side of it, and the tower has these stairs that go up and like they switch back up the back of this tower. So when we got there, we're like, we're gonna try and get in.
Oh,
And
jeez.
so we go to that tower. You can't see the stairs; they're on the back side from right there. But we go and we climbed up those towers, and there's doors on every level. And so we tried to get in those doors, and there was one door where we like got up close to it. It had this metal bar like across. They had welded bars onto it because the building was like condemned and dangerous, so they didn't want people going in. But they had these metal bars like welded to these steel doors, and so we were trying. It's so bad, we were trying to pry these bars off the door to get in because it was like
Oh my
almost loose
gosh.
already. And so as we're doing that, we hear this noise inside. Like it sounded like just like a quiet thump, 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 thump. But then it just kept getting like as you're up against the door, you can hear it getting louder and louder until it stops like right next to the door. And then the door, there's like a
Oh,
thump on
F
the other side of the
that.
door. And so it happened like three different times when we were trying to like pry the thing off the door. And then we were like, yeah, we're dipping. We tried to climb in another window. It's like if you look at that picture I sent, there are
Yeah, I see
some,
it.
if you go past that, you can go around to the right of that brick wall. And it's almost like, so where that archway is on the bottom that you see, that's like at ground level on the other side too. And so the building's like 4 stories tall, or maybe 3 stories tall. But you can kind of climb up. I think on the other side of that wall was where they would do like deliveries and stuff because there's like some big garage door type things that open on the other side. And so we were trying to climb up because the brick is all like the mortar's all out, so you can kind of climb up the building. And we were trying to climb into like some windows and stuff, but we could never like fully get into it. But that place was creepy, dude.
Mm,
Um, but we didn't see anything. We just heard the bang like 3 times, and then we went away. But that was the only other
goodness.
weird experience I ever had with the paranormal. I think I just probably spooked myself out more than anything, like more of the times that I was like, there's a ghost here or whatever. But I think I was just like on edge because I'm kind of a pansy. But
I'm a huge pansy. Oh, I think about like, like, oh, for the podcast, should we ever go to a haunted place? And I'm like, I think those days are well behind me. I'll sit in the comfort of my well-lit home and talk to you where I know that I'm not gonna get snatched up or get swallowed by the jaws of hell. I don't know.
if we ever did anything live, I would want to go out to the West Desert by Dugway and go UFO watching and see if we could see a
Okay.
UFO.
I actually think that would be kind of sick.
Tyler could take us out to his mine because he says he's out by the Dugway Proving Grounds where they do all the weapons testing, like military land. And he said he's seen a couple weird things in the sky out there.
Oh man, I I saw something for space news. We didn't do any space news, but there did you see that thing about the asteroid? Is it AL3 or something? Have you seen that?
No.
There's this is it asteroid? No, it's a comet. Sorry, it's a comet that's entering our solar system or something, and this is a recent development. Apparently, like I want to say Kim Kardashian or one of the Kardashian was tweeting someone from NASA about it.
Hmm.
Anyway, this comet was found to it's like on its path into our solar system, it's like passing its closest its path closest to the sun it's going to right now or soon, and it's called like the parhelion, I want to say, and it started to accelerate, and the acceleration was not due to like some kind of gravitational force,
Really?
meaning that there was some kind of internal thing that helped propel it. So some people are speculating that, oh, if it's a comet, it's going to have like all these gases that are burning off as it's getting closer to the sun that might propel it, faster or whatever. But other people are taking this opportunity to speculate that it's some kind of alien
Mm.
spacecraft, some alien spacecraft, and that it's because the other thing too is that if it was burning off like fuel or whatever it is, if it was a comet, like there would be a brighter glow or something to it, and it's not as bright as it would need to be for that circumstance. So yeah, some people are speculating it could be some alien spacecraft, which is like, what?
That's
Kind of
crazy.
interesting, huh? Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know how I've all of a sudden been launched into this space news stuff. I know that's your thing, but I've seen a couple things recently, and I wasn't even really looking for it unless
that's
like my
cool.
phone is listening to me. Is like, hey, you need this for your podcast. I'm like, thanks, Google. Thanks for listening, as always.
See, that's really exciting, but at the same time, like, if you legitimately stop and think about aliens coming to the Earth, that to me is probably the scariest of anything, of any like cryptid or ghost or anything. Because a ghost, I can wrap my head around a ghost and what that
Mm-hmm.
is somebody that died and it's their spirit.
Yeah.
An alien from another planet that I have no idea what they look like or what they're going to do to me. Like,
Yeah.
and that like that opens up the possibility then for anything to be true. I feel like if there's
True.
aliens out there, then there's got to be tons of aliens, right? Who knows how many different alien species or planets there are out there and what they're all going to do, and it just opens up a whole new level of what's out there in my brain, and that
Yeah.
freaks me out so bad.
I do believe that there are aliens. I don't know if I believe that they're weird green headed short things that want to stick stuff up our butts, but I do believe that there's life somewhere out there. That they're like us, but maybe they're super far advanced or something, Who knows?
Same. It's fun to believe, but then it opens up the possibility to be freaked out by it too.
Do you think they have basketball on other planets,
I
Like,
don't
do they
know,
have
because the
Taco
gravity's got to be
Bell?
different, you know? They just have 50-foot rims on the moon, you know?
I don't know.
Um, I would hope they have Taco Bell. Did you ever think about, like, man, if they don't have Taco Bell in heaven, like, what's it all been about? Like, if I can't
Taco Bell
golf
in
up
heaven
there, like, what am
without
I even
having
doing?
diarrhea, that's
It's
what
like the
heaven is.
it's like the Creed quote, like, if I can't even scuba, then what's this all been about?
Oh, man. Well, I think that kind of wraps up, what I wanna talk about. Do you have any other last thoughts or questions?
No, that covers it for me. I was gonna ask you the moon landing thing, but we covered that earlier, so
Yeah.
I think we're at a good stopping point. We've covered some fun stuff.
Yeah, I did wanna say, like, if anyone has any personal ghost stories like Kippy here, they wanna share it in the comments on the episode, or maybe you guys could share some of your pet peeves or things that bother you. Are we totally off base on the things that we hate? Is Kippy's shopping grocery what do we call it? The
Grocery
grocery
gripes, grocery
are his
store
gr
gripes.
are his grocery store gripes totally unfounded, or do you guys see that too? Kind of
I
interested
hope.
in what people. I want people to say something. What do people hate?
Yeah, I hope we get some rants in the comments or
Yeah,
emails or
well,
something to come through. That'd be fun.
that'll be fun.
Please reach out, send us your rants, your pet peeves, and if you want, we could also share them on the podcast. So like if you do message us, just put like, yeah, you can share this. You don't have to put your name. Um, but tell us what your pet peeves are because I'm curious. I was asking my wife today, like, what are the things that bug me the most? Like, help me remember things that I want to rant about. And she's like, I don't know. But then she told me some of hers. I was like, this is fun. This is a good time.
Yeah, hopefully you guys had a good time. Kind of changing it up a bit, but we'll be back at it with some spooky, cryptid, or conspiracy things for the next one. And we're hoping to do. We want to do. I'm trying to get this guy to do an interview. We're trying to align our schedules, but he has some good ghost stories, like some personal experiences. So hopefully we're able to do that. But if not, stay tuned. We're trying to get some people for that kind of content because I think it would be interesting. So
Nice. Wait. Well, thanks for listening. We love you guys and thank you for your support.
yeah, thanks guys. We'll see you later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hace mucho tiempo que no sabía nada de ti. Y es por eso que hoy estoy aquí. Ella es una diabla y no sabe fingir. Se le nota si se acerca a mí. Llámame más tarde que yo estoy para ti. Si ya estás comprometida, ¿qué puedo decir? No tenemos nada y si te marchas me olvido de ti. Hace mucho tiempo que no sabía nada de ti. Y es por eso que estoy aquí. Ahora mami dime si tú quieres repetir. Ella tiene un novio y lo sabe cuidar, pero yo le pongo y no le quiero traicionar. Niña, no sabemos lo que va a pasar. Cada uno tiene con lo que lidiar. Así que vamos fuera. Él no te hace llegar como te lo hago yo. Baby, yo no sé lo que nos sucedió, pero tenemos código entre nosotros dos. Hace mucho tiempo que no sabía nada de ti. Y es por eso que hoy estoy aquí. Ella es una diabla y no sabe fingir. Se le nota si se acerca a mí. Llámame más tarde que yo estoy para ti. Si ya estás comprometida, ¿qué puedo decir? No tenemos nada y si te marchas me olvido de ti. Hace mucho tiempo que no sabía nada de ti. Y es por eso que estoy aquí. Ahora mami dime si tú quieres repetirme.